Yeah, we're back. Okay, let's, anyway. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian... No way! Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews!
She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her.
So after the ceremony, during the break... I was sleeping like a log the entire time.
See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your akama.
She was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it was really her?
Yes, she is the real killer. She's the one who murdered Juan Corrida.
Juan.
Why? I thought she was just buds with Han.
Juan.
She has her very own agenda.
Smooching. They were smooching.
Her own agenda? What are you talking about?
She's a lesbian.
I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial is over.
But Han's a
right.
dude!
I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Also, she's an ace lesbian, so...
Ace lesbian.
Yeah.
Give me a verdict that's fresh like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer, dude?
Phoenix?
I love him, he's so silly.
You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Yeah, totally. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live.
Oh, are you still on Hypical?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm still on Hypical.
Read it,
right
read
now.
it,
But
read
then
it.
Miss Impacts only... go. It sounds like she left the suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it. Okay. Is Juan Corrida the victim of this murder? And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What the fuck? What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues in regards to Miss Impacts? It was Edgeworth. Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. But I'm usually the one in command.
Oh, not tonight, baby.
Oh my god, no,
Fuck.
you,
Oh, fuck.
Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth.
Is Emmy the only, like, little baby in the call?
No, baby me.
bro, you're right here.
Nah, you
Mr.
fool, you fool.
Mr.
Sorry,
Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corrida's room. What is your... What?
Sorry. No.
Oh. What is your occupation?
I was gonna say, it's the character that I'm similar to, but I haven't murdered anyone. I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard.
I see. Now then.
Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request.
Yeah, sure. What is it?
I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing. Would you love to find out more about my relationship with the victim? After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently.
No, I have no idea what you mean! I've never even heard of Gossip Land!
Judge whichever prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me.
Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. This was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that bait and fry? It reminds me of fishing.
But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well, then. Witness, please testify to the court. about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place.
When I found the body.
When I did the do.
It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. Right? Oh, I thought that was it. I was like, what I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What the fuck?
You know, I just felt like I was actually going to die right then and there, so I just needed to pour myself some juice.
I needed some tomato juice.
You poured yourself a glass of juice.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what you fucking said, dumbass.
Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing.
And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match.
Oh no, a witness that's actually fucking smart. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she at least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Fuck. Okay, let's see. Press. Hold it! And what was that Mr. Guard doing at that time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as a Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Engard did say he was taking a nap. Fuck. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you...
Objection! Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch.
Gladly.
Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Unguard's knife from his room?
No.
Well, there you go, dumbass. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Oh god, I'm so hot.
I learned basic grammar, but you make me trip on my words, Edgeworth.
God, you're so gay, man.
Wait, no, Jay just came up with that on the spot, right? That wasn't an actual piece of dialogue?
No, that was...
No, yeah, I came up with that.
Okay, good. I was about to be like, ain't no way, ain't no fucking way.
Okay, Chris? Why would you... And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh?
Friendship and love and we smooth.
Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess.
May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room?
Well, she saw... Next... Do I have...
Oh, shit. Shit! Fuck! Stop that! Alright, what did you say?
I wanna press the one after that. Yes. Hold it! This is the photo you're referring to, correct? That photo. Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course.
And then, what did you do next, witness?
Chris. Hold it. Juice? Yes,
Juice?
there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I
Orange
helped myself.
juice? Oh my god, juice?
But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set
waterfalled
the
it.
glass down without drinking it. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence.
Maybe you should, tell us what decisive evidence
I have to find
that
something.
is.
I have to. For Maya's sake.
I hate this one.
So I have to look at the evidence? Fuck.
You might...
Do I press that?
Yeah, maybe press this one.
Okay, press it. Okay, hold it! You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? See, Andrews is a very calculating person. And despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corrida.
Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. And you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be so shocked.
First of all, you just call her beautiful? How dare you? Are you fucking cheating?
Right, I'm gay,
Second of all,
for fuck's sake.
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with not being shocked or not.
I see.
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corrida, you were in great shock. Shut up, girl.
Oh my god, every time.
And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
The juice. The juice.
And what of it?
El jugo.
My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? And you forget that one thing. Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Press further! Get her ass! Slam. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
What did you do?
Actually, so would I.
I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing.
Okay, who cares?
When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. What?
Poor fucking
Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo?
The bottle? What about the bottles?
This mess of glass shards?
What about the bottle behind him? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case, you say.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information?
I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
It looks like yet another fact has come to light here.
Okay.
Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Present the guitar. Wait, no. Do I have to?
Wait, what?
Present the guitar case.
Present.
Objection. Testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, Slam. If that was true, the case should have got wet on the inside, not the outside.
You dumb bitch.
That's very true.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
What is that?
Take another look at the crime scene photo.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading rain.
The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
What's wrong with that?
If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, Slime, the glass shard should be on the inside, not the outside of the case.
Objection! What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all?
Objection! No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else.
Yeah.
That means she's
Oh.
fucking lying.
Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. Objection! But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end! That bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on the case at all!
The guitar, not the guitar case.
Well, B, however, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it?
It
Maybe
seems that
a
is-
dead body was.
It
put
seems
in
that there is
here.
no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case?
Yes!
Yes. Yes.
The empty guitar case. Slam. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle.
Huh! I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
It is me.
Shut your whole mouth.
And I can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss
Would you really
Andrews,
be lying?
please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm doing this to show that I'm the one in control.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
okay,
too
whatever.
clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
You sub.
It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. What the fuck?
What?
You don't
I don't.
know?
I don't know. I felt a little quirky. You know,
looks
I
like-
wanted to mess with evidence at the crime scene.
It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Huh. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man.
You out of anyone should know that I am in fact not a weak man.
Oh yes, why don't you prove that to me later tonight then? Hmm?
I will!
Anyway.
I will. Fight me and smash,
next.
right?
Next.
War 1, 5-minute match. I don't
3
want you
stock.
using fucking-
What?
No
I don't want
items.
you using.
Final
No ice
destination.
climbers.
Better look out, right? Simon Ganondorf. Anyway, what do we want to do?
It just so happens that I main Link, the hero of Hyrule, who just happens to defeat Ganondorf every time. Bitch. Okay.
I don't actually think. I don't know if their
Shut-
matchup is
shut-
like awful.
Shut.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Next. That one. Press. Hold it. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
Objection! How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright.
At
How about you guys pay more attention?
least I didn't get penalized.
Penalized. Penalized.
uh,
Penalized.
Go bait.
Penalized.
Go bait. Press.
Free.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Slam.
My name's Phoenix.
So you opened the guitar case then? Yes? Well, maybe? Why did you open the guitar case? Huh?
Because I was feeling a little
Mr.
creepy.
Kurida's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case.
Objection! As the witness has stated multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. Oh, fuck.
What?
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Do I press that other thing now? What the fuck? I'm doing this out of order. I'm thinking too far ahead. Oh god, I took out my spit. Okay.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes.
Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic.
Maybe it was embezzling diamonds.
Now I pressed that! Wait, I do. No, I already did. Okay, next. What? Press? Is she...
Praise.
Hold it! Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. Going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. I have to present evidence. Oh, fine. Okay, I'll give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. Planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with.
Let's berate the witness. Let's berate the witness.
Her weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found.
Thanks, Mia. Anyway,
Thanks, Mia, for being absolutely fucking helpful, man.
Let me think. Fuck.
Talking about the guitar case, I'll only take an examination of that.
I really hope the people IRL near me
It bears
think
his
that, like, I'm talking to my friend named Mia.
Wait, it has his fingerprints, so wait, no.
Huh?
It doesn't have her fingerprints on it. It only says his finger.
Really? Oh, I mean, you want to present it?
Sure.
I mean, it only said, it says bears Kurida's fingerprints. I don't think it implicates the fact that it doesn't have Adrian's fingerprints, but...
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh,
Alright! Okay!
Objection! There is no way where you were the one who opened the guitar case. Oh shit, I hit the nail on the head! Why would you say that?
Go, Jay.
It's elementary, my dear. So, because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim! I told you, you downed me, I told you!
What is it, Miss Andrews?
You shouldn't assume that I must have just left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean?
That's kind of how prints work.
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves? Oh!
Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time?
Yeah, that's kind of suspicious,
It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the dressed up.
Nah,
yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
That's strange!
That is strange. What the heck?
You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Nope. Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? The glass.
Yeah,
it has your fingerprints
on it. Yeah, the other thing that has your fingerprints on it, proving that at
proof
some
right
point
here. This wine glass.
The
wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? Slang. That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case.
Almost like if you were wearing gloves, if you put it back on, that almost implies that you didn't want your fingerprints to be on there.
Oh my god, I'm fucking gloves and the fingerprint.
Order! Order!
Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. I said that fucking exact thing. How the fuck is she reading my mind now? I believe that
you have a very readable mind, I guess.
Damn it. I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though.
At the time of the murder, was it actually
guitar-
empty?
The bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar.
Oh my.
You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either.
Yeah.
Admit, it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Objection! Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us with all into his misguided...
Objection!
That's rude.
I mean,
Fine.
to be fair, he's
No,
never
Your
lost
Honor,
the case.
Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. Blam. Again. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder.
Objection! If you're so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder.
Because I said so.
Can you do that, Mr. Wright?
Well, because... Let's suppose, for a second, that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case.
The bright red guitar... The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar was... Objection! Come on! So, you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty. Is that it, right?
I would say something I didn't intend to prove. You should know that.
Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder?
Go to the next panel.
By city.
Oh.
The note?
The note?
Could it be the note?
What?
Or no, the missing, like the suicide note?
The entirety of the Suez Canal was in that case.
The suicide note?
Because it's hidden, but because she had to open it to like take it open. I don't know. Hold on. Let me think about this. I feel like I'm thinking about this too much. Give me. Oh, fuck.
Take your time. Take your time, man. You're good.
What?
Okay, they're bringing up something that wasn't really talked about much here. So, all right, think back to the day of the murder. What was happening?
The award ceremony, and there's a thing afterwards, and
Yeah.
but no one went because she went into the room,
Yeah.
murdered the man, and Gar was taking a nap. And
What was so funny about the ceremony, though?
My spine. Oh my god, my spine.
what was funny about the ceremony?
Well, that's the ceremony, the press conference.
All of them were supposed to be there?
No, what was the thing that was pointed out about the press conference that was like, you know, weird?
Fuck.
Who didn't know about it?
Oh, yeah, I thought that. Yeah, he didn't know about it. Would it be like the note thing? Like the fucking.
Yeah, you know what? Even if someone that never played this game like tried their, I don't think they would probably get this one. So I'm just gonna say.
Would it be the?
I'm gonna present the press conference ticket and let
The
the game
ticket,
talk it
yeah,
for
the
me.
ticket. Take that.
And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why?
Well, I just thought it might have been possible.
I have a
What?
suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Wait, what? What?
Wait, is that not it?
Huh? Wait.
Maybe it's like next testimony and you're not there yet, Trent.
Foolishly foolish fool, get some love.
Okay, well, okay, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
Maybe Miss Andrews.
Do we have to present like
Hmm.
a picture of the fucking? Hold on.
Present the victim. He's in the guitar case. No, don't actually.
Do we like literally just present a picture of the Nickel Samurai and not like the press conference because that's what it's about? What?
Maybe.
Fucking hell! I'm just gonna do it. Save myself the fucking headache. This is a photograph.
Yes, but what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. So, could you look at this photograph?
Yeah. It's the Nickel Samurai. No, Your Honor, much more better.
It's Nickelback.
It is a picture of the Nickel Samurai. In this picture?
Doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is plain. Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. Bro,
What?
The fuck?
What?
Huh? Plain?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Right, are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that?
That's why she fucking... Yeah, that's why it was short. That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews?
I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support this preposterous idea?
Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who is starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct?
You mean this photo? Oh, because
Yeah.
the door this Nickel Samurai was walking out of was Juan Corrida's room.
Yeah.
Damn it, maybe I should have fucking thought of that. Order! Order! Yeah, Trey, you're such a fucking dumbass. It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we?
Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. Yeah.
So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Objection! Wait 1 second, Your Honor! The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt on guards. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True. That is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai's costume doing inside the guitar case?
It was a... Would it be a spare? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Ingard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one.
What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is what I am saying.
You could probably ask Matt on guard, hey, do you keep a spare of your costume? He'd be like, yeah.
And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It will mean that the victim...
Guitar case.
The what case?
The guitar case. God fucking damn it, guys. Are we really gonna dwell on this shit?
Yeah, it was a little funny, okay?
It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose.
Or maybe not the victim, but his manager.
But why? The victim, Mr. Corrida, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point.
Objection! What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue?
Huh? No, I just...
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume?
Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you.
Fucking God, Mia.
Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
Is this where we press the press statement?
I guess... Take that!
Phoenix Wright, don't ever change. What is this?
On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was gonna hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said that he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
That's a little sus.
But how can that be?
The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up. Slam. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim?
Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corrida was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Oh my god.
He was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing?
That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what am I concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corrida, posing as the Nickel Samurai, Slam, was going to speak about Matt Engard.
Yeah, I guess that's what it would mean. But if that's the case... That's not a confession, that's public disclosure!
Fucking, like it makes a fucking difference.
Miss Andrews?
I can see why you are pros at what you do.
Pardon me?
Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan.
Miss Andrews! Please offer us an explanation for this.
I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me.
You?
Juan had bet everything on the Gemin Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway.
Oh, there you are, Felix.
He was gonna ruin him, huh?
What?
It looked like somehow Juan had his hands on a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
Jesus.
What?
God damn. And do you know what this secret of Mr. Engard's is, Miss Andrews?
That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is.
Ah.
I fucking know what it is. It's a fucking note. I've probably been coming off as quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Engard?
And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Another testimony protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had come to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Yeah, he does. He was fucking sleeping. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence. Of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. What the fuck?
This does account for everything.
Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Turn the case around.
God.
Phoenix knows who did it.
Turn it upside down. He is going to get the witness. I don't know fucking know. Alright, anyway, we
He's gonna get that verdict. Press.
I heard that very wrong.
Hold it.
Jesus Christ.
Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school. At least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Press. Hold it! So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. You know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ungard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
She didn't
Yes,
expect shit.
because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Slam.
Well,
Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright?
I'm about to grasp at your neck and squeeze it until you die.
Hold it! Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corrida with this press conference. It was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard.
It catches
Yet you
me
still
off
helped
guard
out.
every time.
Objection! The person on trial now is Mr. Ungard, Wright. What the witness was thinking helping the victim with this plan is none of our concern. In any case, this means the defendant had a motive to kill.
I keep doing this to myself. So,
Press?
I feel like I should press that. Hold it! Slam. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you can cover for Mr. Ungard?
Miss Andrews, is
I'm not
Mr.
telling you.
Ungard a zonk meanie? Is that how he started?
I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews said.
No flaws. No nails.
I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
Judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy! Okay, go back. I know we're gonna have to present shit.
You wanna press this one, though?
Well, if we present it, it's just gonna keep going in a loophole.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Okay, go back. Can I look at the evidence? He knows what it- Wait, whenever she says his motive, that was Juan, right?
Yeah.
Do we have to bring up Celeste?
I mean, we can try.
Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Maybe it's too early.
Yeah.
Do I have to press them?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. You haven't pressed all the statements yet.
And next one? Yeah, that one. Hold it! Play it. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? And I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, knife doesn't prove a thing! Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat.
I can.
Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes.
There's a room boy. There's a room
Miss
boy.
Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Do we present the button?
Oh, do you want? I mean, we got 2 more tries. Oh, wait. Fine, I'll say first, okay.
Yes, say first, then present the button. I swear to God. What? I'm doing things too early, I think. Fuck.
Hold on.
Do I have to press that first?
No, I think you're right here, because if the button has blood on it... Hang on a minute!
No, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you remember, I was talking about it, and you were like, what? That doesn't make sense. I think you're thinking too much about it. I was saying, well, the button had blood on it, but the knife was already there, and the button had to be ripped off first, because then the knife goes in where the button was.
And wasn't he strangled to death? Wasn't... What?
He was strangled and then stabbed.
No, you're absolutely... Oh, don't...
Press it.
Hang on. Alright, fine, we'll press it first.
I'm pissed. Hold it. And how do you know that? When the ends of threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that. Just because I'm prepared and you are not. Just, I thought I had her. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? Do I present the button now?
No. Oh. It might be the autopsy report.
Oh God. Fucking fuck.
Is it the autopsy?
Look, this case is good, but it has its bullshit. All Phoenix Wright games have their bullshit.
Objection. What the fuck? This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it. God fucking damn it! Which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when?
After the knife was stabbed into the victim.
Exactly. Which means... Slam. It's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. Slam. This button was I thought that's inconspicuously. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Bro, I fucking know. I know exactly how to fucking go through this game, but it's just not letting me.
I know. Objection! What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright! Does this mean? Does this mean that you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
Pin the crime. He
Pin
wants
the
a memento. She's like, I killed
Yes.
him. I'll take this. There's only one logical reason for someone doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Engard. Speechless again, I see. There's no way anyone will put a bloody button in their own pants. Slam. That's right, Mr. Engard was set up. By the real killer, of course.
And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer, then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
Mia.
It's probably... It's Adrian! Take that! Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! You are Mr. Corrida's killer! What?
Order! 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 Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter! Do you have any evidence to support your charge?
Any evidence? Slam.
Evidence?
All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. What? How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me.
Yeah, we can.
I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife?
Try me, bitch?
The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Engard naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints can only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Fuck, I need to fix my glasses. Then, what about the button that was found in Matsukama?
Huh.
This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Engard was the real killer, blam, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Akama.
He's stupid, but not that stupid, Miss Andrews.
The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Engard's Akama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
Which is you dumb bitch.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
I don't fucking know.
Slam. That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews.
Oh, it is? Oh, my bad.
Why does this picture look so... Okay. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. Blam.
Miss Andrews.
And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No,
Objection! But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Slam. But the glass of the tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left their fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they
Yeah.
A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime.
A photo of the
No
video.
reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Engard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speak speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not?
Jeez. Way to be mean.
Miss Andrews.
Speaking of
Please,
short, Felix.
stop.
Anyway,
Well, how
Lame.
about it, Miss Andrews? Got her this time.
I fucking got her, that dumb bitch.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something. If it can incriminate me. Is she fucking pleading the fifth?
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. It is called the Fifth Amendment, ladies and gentlemen, of the
I thought
United
we
States
were in
Constitution.
Japan.
God damn it.
Shut up.
Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
By allowing a witness to not testify, the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What?
Why are you so surprised? You're a fucking lawyer! You should know this shit!
Being the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ingard's room.
Adrian Andrews!
Yes?
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright. Our date? That's it.
Your Honor! She's a lesbian! What is
She's
that?
a murderous lesbian!
Yeah? And you're gay, what's your point?
No, but she's ace, Your Honor!
That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Thing I haven't done?
What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished
I
already?
like how he loses his accent and becomes Tyrant Trent when he's laughing. I think that's very silly.
Whatever. I don't know who that is. Run out of evidence. What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, I just remembered I watched Family Guy the other day and I thought of this very funny joke that Brian did. Okay, I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
Oh,
What?
what do you mean?
Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
Circum what?
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide... Are you fucking 5 years old? I said the word. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive
Circumference.
proof.
Circumference.
Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Karita!
Oh,
Wait,
you mean
did
evidence
it-
for a motive?
You
Wow.
mean Mr. Corrida?
Miss Andrews,
Karita.
did you want to kill Mr. Okay, I'm gonna try it now. Mr. Karita. That was good. Ooh, wow, I didn't know how to end it. Ooh.
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
Alright,
Miss
cool. At
Andrews.
least she'll shut the fuck up for once.
If you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
Either murder
She's
or
thinking that's my
perjury.
attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we landed into the worst possible situation. Slam.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Oh, okay.
Recess?
Yeah,
Okay, recess.
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial...
Uh-oh.
Tomorrow?
Uh-oh.
We don't have a tomorrow.
Uh-oh, smell.
If we don't get a not guilty verdict today,
Literally just let Maya die.
hold it! Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial.
What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not it. This isn't about that. Slam. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please,
Does he?
let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya...
I literally just let her die. Like,
Well, it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... OBJECTION!
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks, sweetie.
It is not impossible for this trial to continue.
Thank you, sweetie. I love you.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yeah, sweetheart.
What are you... It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic
We
of
can still
conversation...
incriminate her.
If the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but actually there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Why tomato? Honestly, I think grape juice is much better.
And? Was there carrot juice, too?
I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice.
Shaken and stirred. So, my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
Testify?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Your Honor! I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
Yeah, tell me why you poured a glass of tomato juice. It is
I don't know
weird.
what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read of him. Is he
Maybe
friend
been
or
missing for
foe?
like a year?
I just don't know. He is neither friend or foe, Mia. He is...
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found a
Why Edgeworth is smoochy
When I
material
found the
of Wright.
body. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he wasn't dead didn't cross my mind.
What?!
Are you bullshit? To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
Bitch, there was a fucking knife sticking out of him! Are you kidding me?
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. The fuck?
You know, I thought he just fainted, so
Talk
instead of calling the...
about fucking grasping at straws.
Yeah, you know, I thought he had fainted, so instead of calling for help or security or an ambulance, I
got him
poured
some
a glass of
juice.
juice. I got him some juice to make him feel better.
I got him some juice from his fridge.
Miss Andrews.
Just to make him feel a little better.
Miss Andrews, my dear, there was a knife blatantly sticking out of him. How the hell did you not come to that conclusion? Alright, anyway.
Well,
so
you know, people get stabbed all the time, you know?
So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Yep,
Phoenix, please be careful here.
Oh my god,
anything
Mia,
wrong with
you've
this
been saying
testimony,
that for the past 5 testimonies.
and
Shut
there's nothing
up.
left.
Oh my god.
I know.
Mia, come on, we're not fucking stupid. We know what the fuck.
Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
But no, I have a question. Edgeworth,
What?
what is going on in that sexy mind of yours?
So I watched this show recently called Invincible. there's this scene, at the end where Omni-Man is beating the crap out of his son, and he's like, "What will you have after 500 years?" And then, the son's like, "You, Dad, I'd still have you." It honestly made me tear up a little. It was very sad. I like the show. I got what.
Tear up?
Yes, it made me. I don't tear up to stuff much,
Honestly,
but
yeah, that is where grown men cry. I will say that is where grown men
You
cry.
watched it without me?
Look, I was. Okay, all right. It's just... whatever. Just make the witness look stupid, for fuck's sake.
Okay.
All right. I don't think I need to point out what the problem with this testimony is, do I?
Make the witness look stupid, right? Not me.
Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Do I have to present the picture here with the fucking knife sticking out of his body?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's not even like subtle, bro. It's like.
Dude, present that? Either that or the fucking knife.
Well, maybe like
Objection!
something is covering it. You know.
So
You
you
don't
honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Look at that. There's a fucking knife there.
The fucking knife in this guy's
Ah!
Well, I just thought it was. I don't know.
What's the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest.
Fun, Corrida.
Anyone who saw the scene would immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
I don't know, man.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie.
You're full of shit.
And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
And you suck at it for one thing.
No! No!
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Man on Guard, is not guilty after all.
But that's.
Oh wait, no, I hate Mia.
You're
Never
wrong.
mind, never mind.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you.
Don't poison
It was
yourself.
Fat. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason
Yeah.
for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself.
Yeah, to be fair, you kind of dug yourself a hole, Miss Andrews.
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
Uh-oh.
I refuse to testify. Guilty as
Then
fuck.
there is no need for the court to continue any further. Mr. Man on Guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
Yes.
What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think
Okay.
about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
It's only the second game, man.
Now
Insane.
then, I would like to hand down my verdict from Mr. Man on Guard.
Verdict.
Shut up. Objection!
Her outfit kind of cute, though.
Your Honor.
Honey,
The
please.
prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
What? The reason is quite simple.
Honey, please.
The witness has yet to speak about the absolute, real truth.
Okay.
The absolute, real truth? What are you,
The-
witness?
Your Honor, she's Cap.
Don't you understand yet?
Huh?
Your Honor?
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on Guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party!
It was your sister, actually, that did it.
Lie. I don't believe you.
What?
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
Okay,
It's
then be
Francisca
scared,
von
bitch.
Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives
No.
by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Now I have to bring it up. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Oh, so she's a
Then,
little
right
bitch.
now, Miss Andrews is...
Ooh,
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say it... Oh, wait. Don't say a word. No matter what happens. If you do, Matt and God will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan.
I'm just a little gal,
Help.
please.
Please. Someone help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
the court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do.
Testify?
And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there. Right?
Come now! What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Force her to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Slam. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you're really hiding.
Mr. Wright? Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Engard would get an acquittal, but in his place you'd be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
Bro, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You gotta testify.
What a shame. Oh no. I
No.
hope things wouldn't come to this. However... What
Honey?
is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Don't do this.
Miss Andrews,
No.
since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Uh-oh.
Stop.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Uh-oh.
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
Oh,
She's neurodivergent?
she's a lesbian.
Guys, come on, man, not now.
What?
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past.
Oh, shit.
Stop.
Okay. Oh,
Please
oh.
stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you?
Oh.
I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Also, Wright looks so hot right now. Not right. I'm at
You
Edgewood
mean-
looks so hot right now.
You feeding?
Edgewood. He
Oh,
looked so
Edgewood,
hot when he
yeah.
was saying that. God damn.
I
Please, stop!
okay.
I beg you! People find out. If people
Oh,
find
Felix,
out,
welcome back.
oh,
If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Jesus Christ!
Edgeworth, how can you be so cold and yet so hot?
However, before you die,
Oh my God!
I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips! No matter what I have to do!
God, jeez.
So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me.
Oh.
Edgeworth,
Okay.
I talk, but please help me.
God damn. Jesus fucking Christ.
Nothing matters anymore. Word. Oh my God. Okay, I guess trigger warning.
Yeah, we...
You guess?
Yeah, why do you think...
I don't know if she's gonna talk more detail about.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
there's
like
a
we
reason
should
why I
really
put the...
get a
There's a
public
reason why I put the content warning label on
Yeah,
the title.
I'm just saying. I don't know if she's gonna go into more detail about it. So
okay.
just
I'm
in
just saying it's
case.
I'm just saying I felt like that was a bit late. Not that it was like
Right.
unwarranted.
We
Yeah,
mentioned
okay.
at the beginning, but I'm just saying if we go into detail, it could be even worse.
Yeah,
I don't
alright.
know.
So I guess
Mm.
another warning, folks. So
Another add-on. We get fucking heavy.
First
Bro,
off,
Edgeworth out of pocket, man.
Emmy.
I mean,
He's out of pocket.
he
I
really wants the
thought he had
fucking truth.
fainted.
But...
Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button.
Oh, there goes
Just
the-
when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Stab the body? With a knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. Certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all this? It might take the court a little while to understand, but... This is the truth.
Killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder.
It's still a crime.
And
but-
this is her crime!
Okay. Oh, okay.
What? How is this
Crime
possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright,
Yeah.
please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Mr. Wright, please stop being a little bitch and do
Fuck.
your job.
But, Your Honor, I'm
Your
baby.
Oh my god. Just do your job. Just do your
next.
job, Peter. My god.
Next. Wait. Wait, no, yeah. Press? Hold it. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime.
Well,
Okay. Next. Press? Hold it! An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway,
oh.
willing to bet my spikes. What the fuck, spikes? There was a lot of There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
Oh god, a camera
That's
and a
this
toy ray gun.
bag for you.
Oh.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. Do I have... do I have to present something for that?
As Edgeworth said, this is the truth.
Yeah, but... What am I supposed... I'm confused on what I'm supposed to do then, since this is the truth, so she's guilty.
Well, what do you do when you don't know the contradiction?
She's guilty of framing, she's not guilty of murder.
Oh, we have to prove her guilty of murder?
No,
No, I'm just saying that if this is the truth, she's just guilty of framing. That's it.
What do you do when you don't have enough information?
Keep pressing.
That's
Turn the
right.
case
Hold it.
around.
Already did this one.
you-
Already did this one.
Okay,
Already did this
okay.
one. Alright.
It's time to turn the case around.
Hold it. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes.
No shit.
I took it from
Sherlock.
Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony.
Wow, look at
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes. Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I don't want to concede, but this testimony, it rings of the truth. I'm sorry, Phoenix. No, please don't apologize to me. We were both taken by surprise. Still, I'm sorry. I guess I just have to press everything. Hold it. Slam. Well, you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you didn't know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the bandana. Remember
So-
when the judge went banana? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just wasn't sure. Okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
So
It's always good to
I
double check
didn't
on
think
that.
anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd
yeah,
wake
guess
him
that
up.
makes sense.
I went to pour the juice. Then that one? Hold it. What is this plan you had?
Wait,
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan.
So
he was going
the
to
knife
ex-
in the room? Sorry.
What?
No, I meant like, was the knife when she
Like
went
how-
in there? Did she bring the knife with her, or was the knife
Yeah,
just
she
in
brought
the
the
room?
she brought the knife with her initially.
But
And
why?
wait, no, she didn't initially, and then she like went back to get it, right? And then
She
that's
probably-
whenever
Yeah.
that's when they saw her go into his room the first time.
Yeah.
I see.
Alright,
Okay,
anyway,
I got
continue.
you. I got you. Sorry.
I knew
I was
because
still
Juan,
thinking that.
he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. But that proves that Matt was gonna stop him from the plan, but how would he know about that plan?
I don't know.
That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin the crime on Matt.
Forging evidence.
So the
Wow.
forged pieces of evidence with a knife in the button.
First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay, I already did that one. Right? Yeah. Press. Hold it. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. Gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But At the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip off one of the buttons, you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ungod's Hakama.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, he went back to Mr. Ungod's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume that I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I have done. And if I just keep quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still—
OBJECTION! Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
I mean, he's not guilty. Today's trial, it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth? What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
This? Mr. Wright, I would also ask about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room?
That day?
Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket.
Lamau, I just took a piece of evidence from the crime scene.
But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not.
Oh my god.
But it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Hold it! Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Edgeworth?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time!
Did it to... What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. I mean, it's come close, but...
Not even after that episode of Invincible.
That card. What in the world is it? What does it mean?
It's a little shell.